Welcome to another episode of Madden '09 featuring the 2021 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am Jose Sports Gamer. Subscribe, hit that bell icon if you're new, like this stream as well. So today we'll be facing the Atlanta Falcons as they're sitting with a 6-7 record so far this season. Their backs are against the wall when it comes to this season. You know, if they continue to lose, they might not make the postseason. The Buccaneers, however, they're sitting at a 10-3 record. Let's get right down to business.
The Georgia Dome will be our site for this game. I tell you, we look to have a great one on our hands between Tampa Bay and Atlanta. We'll now go to Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth for our call. Guys?
We won't have to worry about weather conditions as we get ready for the game. Hello, everyone. Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth here. Chris, we're just about done with the season. Any thoughts?
You know, this has really been one of the better seasons that I can remember because we've had so many
Hey Tyler,
teams
how
in
you
the
doing?
playoff mix, and I'm excited to watch it play out and then get the playoffs started.
And we're underway. Jennings fields it at the 13. Drilled at the 30. And we'll see how their offense has prepared for this matchup as they come onto the field
Pippen?
for the first time.
No, I think it says Pinion. Yep, I think so. And by B, kick, 57-yard kick by B Pinion. That's the punter, actually.
They'll start at the 30. First and 10. Offset I formation in the backfield.
Yeet. I think he was supposed to hand that one
I
off.
expect to see a little better protection from the guys up front on the offensive line.
Yeah, I have to agree. When you start giving up sacks like that, it really changes the complexion of the game. And I think in particular, the quarterback who has this clock in his head working, he starts to anticipate when the pressure is going to get there. And if he starts thinking it's going to happen sooner, all of a sudden the timing of your offense is completely off.
Oh shit.
Tackled at the 29-yard line. Turner gets about 4 yards on the play. They're facing third and 11 now. Ball on the 29-yard line.
On the 29. Shut up!
Redmond back to throw.
On
the run, he throws
He's
it.
caught
Winfield
and
gets the
picked
pick.
off. Oh, this one. No, this one's not going to go all the way. He's too slow for that. He's too
And they
slow
get
for
him
that
around the
shit.
29-yard line. And the safety made a really nice play on the ball to grab that interception.
You know, this
That was
safety
nice.
is known for his big hits, but that time it was his soft hands that made the difference.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 29. Brady lines up under center. Single back formation this time. They'll give it off here.
Jeez.
He's brought down around the 26-yard
Not
line.
good enough.
They get 2 yards. That brings up second down.
Alright, here we
Second
go.
and 8. Ball on the 26-yard line. They come out in the nickel. Brady drops back to pass. Short throw to the left.
First down, baby.
Brought down at the 14. And it's the tailback with a big catch.
And tailbacks love that. Anytime they can get into the open field, think about that position. You're constantly pounding the ball inside and getting hit by those big linebackers. Now you get out in open space and you have a chance to make a play.
Yeet.
There's a play fake.
On that tight one though too.
Tackled at the 6. Nice little pickup on that pass pattern.
And I really shouldn't feel this way, but I get a little nervous every time this guy goes up to make a catch, you know, because he's had a little bit of a history of dropping some balls, but today doing a nice job hanging on and a big play there.
Yeet.
Play action. Looking for a receiver.
Oh, a penalty. That might be pass
And this
interference.
one appears to be on the defense. Let's go down to the field for the official call.
Pass interference.
Yep. All right, on the 1 yard line.
The defender got his hands on the receiver in the end zone.
Just
That's a
give it
huge
to the
break for
halfback and let him do the
And
rest.
there really is no corresponding penalty to the offensive side. Because when you have pass interference or a foul in the end zone,
Oh,
they take that
jeez.
ball and put it on the 1 yard line.
Where's
That
the own line over
absolutely
here?
is a devastating penalty.
All right, let's play action this big.
2nd and goal now. They line up in a double tight set.
Yeet.
Setting up play
Gronkowski for the
action.
touchdown.
Into the end zone for a touchdown. Tight end scored that time and with authority.
If you get those big tight ends moving vertically down
Oh,
the field, they
oh,
can be
Gronk.
really intimidating
the hell
for
happened to
defensive
you
backs.
there?
Good pitch and catch there.
Yeet.
Lining up for the point after.
Oh, don't freeze up on me now. Come on. I know you're better than this. Come on. Let's get back in the game. All right.
Up and good. And here's your drive summary for that last series. Tampa Bay gets ready to kick it away. Jennings and Norwood stand at the goal line awaiting the kick. And here's the kick. Jennings fields it at the 13. Brought down at the 36-yard line. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. They'll set up shop at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10. He looks to throw on 1st down.
Oh, jeez.
Brings this one in. He's dropped at the 43-yard line. Nice pass and catch on that play that gets him a lot closer.
Yep, and that's really just the way they drew that one up. You take what the defense gives, looking to move the ball efficiently downfield with intermediate passes.
Back to throw. Looks
Ah,
for a man open.
jeez. Westbrook deserves
He's
his
brought down
respect
at
after
about
that
the
game 2 nights
37-yard
ago.
line.
What did
A good
Westbrook
pickup
do?
there.
Yeah,
By the way,
there's
how you
about
doing, AK?
50 or 60% of the quarterbacks in the league that would have seen that little hole and said, I'm going to dump it off to the back. But this guy believes in his arm strength.
I formation here.
$35 points. 35 and 21. Sheesh. That
Makes
is
a cut.
4
And
threes.
he will be hit and dropped.
Sheesh,
Nice
Westbrook
job with
is
the
on
running
his
back.
A
That'll
game
give him
there.
7, maybe 8 yards.
He's not fooling
2nd down and
around,
2 to
man.
go. Ball on the 30-yard line. The Falcons come out showing 3 wide.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. He had 2 clutch
Rush
threes
gets
to win
there,
the game.
And he goes down.
Not
And
bad.
that makes the 2nd time he's gotten to it. And it's only in the 1st quarter. That's just amazing. Third down now,
3rd
9
and
to
9. 3rd and
go. The
9,
defense is in
everybody.
the nickel.
3rd and 9.
Redmond set to go to the
Oh,
air.
shit. All right.
Catch is made.
4th and 3.
He's tackled at about the 29-yard line. It's completed, but it'll wind up short.
Well, it's not a horrible call in that situation because you put the ball in the hands of a
This is a
playmaker.
good
You
kicker.
try
I
and
think
allow
he'll make
him to
it.
create.
Actually,
But you're seeing now
I
defensively, when
had
they
this
close
kicker play
together
for the
like
Dolphins
that, it's going to
in
be
the
awfully tough
first
to pick up
season
that
of
first
head
down.
coach.
The set down. The kick is up. It's got the distance.
All right.
Here's a quick look at the drive.
35 points, 21 assists. It's like Bill Russell type things, but with assists instead of rebounds. Yeah, you can say that again.
Not a bad kick. Taken at the 5.
Ah, shit.
Hit and dropped at the 31. They were able to put together a nice drive on their last possession. They'll be looking to make it 2 in a row on this drive. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. They'll go from the I formation.
Jeez, the O-line sucks.
Tackled
It's like
around
prime
the
magic.
35-yard line. About
Yes,
4 yards
sir.
on that play. That'll bring up second down.
Prime of magic.
Second down, 6 yards
Let's
to go.
see.
Ball on the 35.
We gotta be aggressive here.
And they'll run him again.
Sheesh.
And they get him around the 38-yard
They gotta do a
line.
better job of
4
blocking
yards
than
on that play. And that makes it third down.
All right. They might think we're gonna run it, but
Third
we're
down
gonna
and
pass
2
it
to go.
here.
Ball on the 38-yard line. Tampa Bay comes out
Passing
with 2
it to
tight ends.
Gronk.
Play
Gronk.
action. Completed.
First down.
He's dropped at the 49-yard line. He gunned that one in there for the first down, didn't he?
He really did. And when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
First down now and 10 to go. The Buccaneers come out in the shotgun. There are 3 receivers wide.
Ah,
Brady
jeez,
hands
the
it off
O-line
straight
is not
ahead.
doing me any favors here.
Almost got a yard, and that will bring up second down.
Makes me think I need to run
One
it
of
to
the
the
keys to
outside.
running the ball is reading your blocks. Let those big old guys in the offensive line pave the way for you and just cut off them.
Brady with 3 wide receivers. Again, he'll get the call.
Yeah, so far that seems to be the smarter move. Didn't work as much as well though. So I hoped. Don't freeze on me now. Come on. This game has frozen on me multiple times already. It's ridiculous. Come on. Bullshit. 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 I bought a defective disc. I bought it at a video game store that's right near, and it's close to where I live. Maybe I should have bought the
He
game
fights forward to
on
about the
Amazon
46.
or
Maybe got a
eBay.
couple of yards,
Oh,
but that's
Amazon,
about it.
because
Very
eBay,
effective call that
you don't know
time
what
by
you
the
got. You get it
defensive
out of
coordinator,
eBay.
bringing the outside linebacker a terrific way to give your defense some help in stopping the run.
You need a nice pickup here. Make sure he's deep enough before you throw it.
Third down once again. Let's see if they can convert this one. The Falcons bring in the nickel package. Looking to throw. Looks down the field.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit,
Makes the
oh shit.
reception.
First down.
Tackled at the 38. And that will be enough for the first down.
You know, it really wasn't a horrible call that time by the defense, but anytime you have to try and stop an offense like this in those medium yardage situations, you really have to come up in the coverage.
Gronk doing this
Buccaneers
thing.
come out in a single back formation.
You sure you want to close out safeties?
There's a play
Antonio
fake.
Brown with a
Off his back
catch.
foot. Brought down at the 24-yard line. Good job to avoid the rush and get the pass off.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, just give me 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
They give it to
Yeet.
the tailback.
Oh, that's a first down right there.
He's dropped around the 14-yard line. That was an excellent run there to pick up the first.
Yes, sir. He really found a nice hole, was able to exploit it for a good gain. They're going to have to do a better job getting in those running lanes if they're going to stop him consistently.
Brady is in the shotgun. He has 3 receivers split out wide.
Are you sure you want to?
Defense is getting pressure. And he caught it.
All right, you got a couple yards there, not bad.
The 11-yard line.
That was about the only read I could make at the moment.
Yeah, let's give a little credit to the coaching staff on that play. You talk all the time about film study and preparation and knowing what the other team is trying to do to you. That time the defense was all over it.
There's a play fake.
Ah, come on, O-line. And the tackle and the sack was so hard apparently that it froze the game out there. Come on. Shit.
And he's decleated at the 21. And here's a perfect opportunity.
All right, I can't go play action because if I go play action, I actually give the defense some time to get me.
Package on defense. Drops back. Surveys the field.
Oh shit.
Throws out to the right.
I knew it. Oh, and the deflection was so hard, apparently it froze the game again.
It's tipped. The defender gets a hand on it, and
I'm gonna have to go for 3 here, but I'm nervous because this kicker sucks. He's a 59 overall kicker in this game. Alright, he does have the leg though, so it's good.
And it's good. And now we'll take a quick look at the drive summary.
Ten to 3, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay is just about ready to kick this one away. Norwood and Jennings look ready to return this one. And here's the kick. Norwood takes it at the 15. Hit and dropped at the 35. They had to settle for a field goal on their last drive. They take the field again, looking to put up another score. They line up at the 35. Atlanta lines up in the offset eye this time. Redmond sends a guy in motion to the right.
Nope. Wait, Redmond? What happened to Matt Ryan?
On the counter.
The counter is one of those calls that we're seeing less and less of in the National Football League for the reason you just saw. That penetration by a good defensive line or speed at the linebacker position can really shut that play down.
Oh shit.
They hand it off. He's tackled at about the 37-yard line. Turner gains about 4 yards on the play. They line up at the 38. Turner is the deep back as they line up in the eye.
Nope. Ah, come on. No. There we go.
Cuts back and he's dropped. Probably the right call, but just couldn't get the yardage they needed.
Yeah, I'm okay with the call there, too. It just wasn't executed like the coach drew that one up. And now it's going to bring up 4th down.
The Buccaneers have everyone on the line. Looks like they're coming after this one. Gets it away cleanly. Winfield fields it at the 22.
All right, nice return there.
He's brought down at the 44-yard line. The offense was only able to muster a field goal on their last drive. We'll see what they do with this possession. First down, 10 to go. Brady comes to the line under center. They'll line up in single back. It's the tailback.
Damn it.
Brought down at the 45.
Running the ball does not work with this team. That's how bad the O-line is.
From their own 45-yard line.
You just got to get rid of the ball quickly, apparently.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Looking for an open man. Makes the catch. Tackled at the 50. He delivered a nice throw on that drop back, completing it for a pretty good gain.
You know, there aren't many guys who work any harder than this guy, both in the offseason and during the week of practice. He isn't the most physically gifted quarterback I've ever seen, but you can tell the time he puts in the film room, in the weight room, and he understands
There we go,
the game
another
of
first
football.
down.
And they get him at the 39-yard line. The quarterback did a good job of recognizing the coverage and finding the open man.
As a receiver, when you go against a zone defense, it's much more about recognition and knowing where the holes in that zone defense are.
Oh,
That
shit.
time
Oh,
the receiver executed perfectly and found the open spot.
That was so bad of an incompletion that the game just froze on me again. What else is new? What else is new other than the game freezing again?
Second down coming up after the incomplete pass.
When you're running the ball well, you can control the clock and the pace of the game.
Brady comes to the line under center. They'll come out in an I. Back to throw.
Come on!
Tight coverage.
For
and
fuck's
it's
sake. That was so bad at an interception, the game just
and
froze on
there's
me.
2 minutes remaining in the half. And now let's take another look at that one using EA Sports Backtrack to break down the play. Chris?
They always end up allowing an interception. I don't know why.
They line up at the 21. They line up in the shotgun, 3 wide. He looks to throw on first down. And it's caught. Douglas seems to be injured down there.
Game just froze on me again. Come on now. You piece of shit. It's like the game itself wants me to break the disc in half. Come on, you piece of shit. This sucks. Ah! Come on. For fuck's sake. Can't believe this bullshit. I'll just clean the disc and then simulate it because I'm not going through the game again. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Those guys at that store gave me a broken game. It doesn't work for shit.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
The thing is, it only freezes during gameplays. It doesn't freeze at any other moment in time. If I had known this was the case, I would have just updated the rosters on Madden 10 from the very beginning. Because at least I'd know that the game works. It doesn't freeze like this. This is just a bunch of bullshit. I'm just simulating the game. I'm not in the mood to. I'm not in the mood to just play again. Alright. Loading. Alright, so I'm just gonna simulate this game. This will sim past all remaining games. It can. No, not to the playoffs. No. Alright. Alright, 24-10. Alright. 24-10. The Patriots. What's the Patriots record? I mean, I know I'm not playing with the Patriots. God damn it. Forget it. Alright, so standing wise, we're 11-3. We've already clinched the division. So we're doing our thing so far. And when it comes to yearly awards, no, that's weekly. Yearly awards, Peyton Manning is in the lead with in the MVP race. Brady is second. Derek Anderson is third with 10-4 with the Browns. Interesting. LaDainian Tomlinson, 8-6 with the Chargers, fourth place. And John Kitna with the Lions, 11-3. This was actually the season where the Lions went 0-16. So the fact that he's done wonders for the Lions in this scenario. Like, he's not playing an otherworldly kind of season, but he's getting the job done, which is more that can be said. He's thrown his fair share of interceptions, but that's the norm basically. Brady with 28 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, offensive player of the year. Manning is in the lead with then you have Tomlinson, Brady, Brian Westbrook, and Reggie Wayne. Defensive player of the year, you have Townsend, Gianti, Gerard Mayo, Papinga. Alright. And Antoine Winfield. Antoine Winfield. Why does that name sound familiar? Let me go to rosters. Maybe I'm confusing names. No, I'm. Oh my! Well, it could be different players. I mean, who knows? Antoine Winfield. I mean, it could be the case where it's just a coincidence, more so than not. Let's see, Antoine Winfield. Let's see. Antoine Win. Oh, so there's Winfield and Winfield. Alright. Antoine Winfield Jr. He plays safety. He's 22, and then there's Winfield. Yeah, he played for 14 years. He also basically, the one I just saw was basically Antoine Winfield Sr. So that makes sense, actually. So basically, you have Antoine Winfield Sr. Going for Defensive Player of the Year, while his son is actually playing with the Buccaneers. So that's interesting to see. Alright, so he's 91 overall, so he's a pretty good player. Offensive Rookie of the Year, no one that's on the team. Smith, Flacco, Rice, Stewart, and Mendenhall. Let's look at Flacco for a second. Oh, Joe Flacco. Not doing that well, as expected. Mayo, Rivers, Jenkins, Bonner, and Flowers. So, usual names to be expected. Mark Bolger. I mean, he's up for best quarterback this season, but his team's not doing so well. He's doing pretty good though on his own. So this is a list of the best halfbacks rather in this year, or at least in this game. Then let's see, Wayne Moss, Santana Moss rather, Marvin Harrison, Roy Williams, and then Coles. Let's see what overall does he have? He's a 91 overall. Actually, I do have him in playing for the Dolphins, and my head coach. Let's see, Davis, Andrews, Williams. A lot of these names I don't even recognize. So yeah, whatever. The line, Freeney, Patterson, Golston, William Golston, and Ndamukong Suh are up for the best defensive lineman this season. So they've been doing work. Let's check the stats for a second, because I mean, if they're doing this well, I mean, there's gotta be something going on here. 44 tackles, 20 tackles for loss, 11 sacks. That's the reason why. In Ndamukong Suh, he must also have killer stats as well. 37 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 10 sacks. Sheesh. Let's see. none of our players for linebacker of the year, defensive back, no one on our team. Once again, Antoine Winfield Sr. is on the list. That's nice to know. Kicker of the year, Stephen Gostkowski is on the list. Jay Feely is also on the list. Akers or Ackers, I don't know how I say it, on the list. Nick Folk on the list. And Mason Crosby is on the list. For Coach of the Year, there's Thungy, there's Marinelli for some reason. Gruden, Reed, Gruden because the Buccaneers. Andy Reid when he was still with the Eagles, and Romeo Crennel when he was coach for the Browns. So that's basically it. For the Pro Bowl voting, so basically this is how it goes. Matt Castle is having, I think he's having a heck of a season for some, 26 and 20, so he's not doing that good. He's he's getting a lot of touchdowns and a lot of opportunities to score. But, overall, but the fact that Brady's not even in the top 3 is kind of concerning to me. I actually think Brady would be on top of Casale, but then again, that's just me. So next episode will be the playoffs. If I can get this game up and running without any stoppage. Alright, let's just end the rest of the season then. So we have 2 games left, and I'm just gonna sim the regular season. So yeah, this series thing hasn't gone as well as I hoped. Not when it comes to numbers, but when it comes to how the game itself is going. Low Gamer, how's it going, man? How you doing? So the Buccaneers beat the Raiders 27-21, and somehow they lost the Chargers in week 16, which I don't know why, but hey, how the cookie crumbles. So let's go and see. Let's see who got to win certain awards. So let's see. Peyton Manning is up and running, obviously. What baffles me is that Brady's the second MVP, but somehow when it comes to Pro Bowl voting, it's like he's not even in it. Oh, right. Now I remember he's in the NFC. Why did I forget that? My brain froze on me. What do you think Washington's new team will be? That's a good question. I don't know. Well, what? I'm gonna flip the question to you. What do you think the name Washington's team name will be? I don't know. It's up for anybody to possibly guess that, but Charge. I mean, the Chargers are already a team name, so I'm not sure about that. Let's see. So these are the wild card games. I think we have a bye week. Let me check standings for a second. Rush. I mean, I'm not feeling like that could be a name that could be out there. That sounds more like the type of name, the type of team name that would be used for a team in an XFL team or something like that, or some sort of league out there. Let's see, NFC. So I think we have a bye week here. So let's just go to schedule. So Panthers, Lions, Cowboys, Rams. We're just gonna sing this week. Let's see, Washington. I don't know. There's actually a video made by 5 Point Vids on what the team name could be. And he gives out many ideas of team names for Washington. The logo would be an animal rushing into the initials of W and C, and flinging them over itself. All right, now I see the appeal. So next week we'll be facing the Lions. So I will play that tomorrow, and hopefully things are running. Yeah, things are up and running a lot better that time around. So yeah, I do see the appeal of it, of that being the case, of that being the thing though. With the animal rushing to the WNC. Let's see. There are other names. I mean, one thing that they could do if they can't come up with the name is just stick to the Washington football team. And if they can't come up with a name, with another name for the team, like it wouldn't be like there in a few other leagues. There are teams out there in other sports. There are cases in which a certain team doesn't have a name for their team other than they have like some sort of like football club or whatever the case may be. Something. I can't get the fan submissions of their websites to show up, so I can't see what other people are saying. Yeah. But overall, I think they gotta do something right now, because the thing is, this entire Washington football team thing has become a meme. I'm not sure if you've seen the meme that goes on like, what team are you a fan of? And they're like, I'm a football team fan, and then the other guy is like, okay, oh cool, what team? And it's like, no, Washington football team, and it's like, oh, so I don't know, like it wouldn't be the worst idea to keep the Washington football team as a name in there. I mean, other teams in other leagues and other sports have done it, but if they want to avoid embarrassment, then it wouldn't be the most ideal thing to stay there. I'm gonna save this. Let's see. I gotta see what names can we use. Let's see. How about the Washington? They could borrow. They could possibly borrow one of the names that previous Washington teams have had in the past. They could go Washington Senators. Like borrow that from an old MLB team. The Senators. That could be a name suggestion. However, if they plan on sticking with their color scheme, it wouldn't be the best idea. Let's see. Washington football team. But there's a post here that says why Washington football team may stick with their so bad it's good name. And like it's not the first time it's happened in the world of sports. There might be a possibility that they might stick with Washington football team for the foreseeable future. Let's see. So, yeah. Washington Dashing Coyotes. Coyotes, that could be a name. Coyotes. Uh, let's see, Coyotes. What else? Let me read this post. Alright, so this is what it says. Alright, the NFL team put in a placeholder while they search for a new nickname. But turns out Washington football team has its upsides. This post was made by Dave Caldwell on The Guardian. So much rides on the Washington football team's rebranding journey that Jason Wright, the president of the NFL franchise, announced last week that 15,000 suggestions that the club has received from 60 countries and all 50 U.S. states were not quite enough. The only decision the Washington football team has settled on, apparently, is that the team colors will remain the same. So, right, so seeing the results from our analytics, Wright wrote in a letter on the team's website, we know that the burgundy and gold are deeply important to folks, so I can confidently say the color scheme will remain the same. Cue the cheer sighs of relief, Wright added without the slightest hint of sarcasm. So if you think you have a better name than Washington football team, you best hurry up and get it to WashingtonJourney.com by April 5th. As Wright wrote to the fans, we do not take this task lightly. Before we get to the stage of narrowing down names, we understand the insights of what matters to you in a name. Nothing, Wright wrote, has been ruled out, including the existing name itself. Washington football team is the generic name the club came up with when it announced last July that it was retiring its nickname and logo, widely considered to be offensive to Native Americans after 87 years. The Washington football team went on to win the NFC East in their first season with the name. Washington played in a wretched division, lost more games than they won, and were dispatched in the first round of playoffs, admittedly by the eventual champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But a division title is a division title. Ron Rivera, hired a year ago as coach, has a building block, if not a star quarterback. So Washington football team remains in play. Keeping it would mean the franchise would not have to change names twice in 2 or 3 years, forcing the most ardent fans to buy yet another new burgundy and gold hoodie. The nickname or lack of a nickname is different for the NFL, which does not go for the singular nicknames like the Jazz or Avalanche seen in other U.S. sports. So why change it at all? Well, consider two factors: hoodies and kids. I think they can do better than football team. Scott Rosner, a sports business professor at Columbia University, tells The Guardian. It's too generic. Rosner goes on to say that the nickname could stick because it is so counterintuitive and somewhat defiant. It's so bad that it's good, he says, adding, it's just awkward. I actually do agree with it. It's just awkward. People have already made memes out of it. Let's see. Okay. Right. Washington football team is apt, he says. But is it really the best name the team could come up with? Maybe it doesn't matter. It all comes down in this particular club what the ownership decides they want to do. Rosner says, referring to Dan Snyder, the team's famously stubborn owner. I'm thinking about how long it took to pressure the team to change the name in the first instance. So I've heard for years, and this is not going through the post. I heard that for years, like some fans and some people were, they were like pushing for the name to be changed, and for whatever reason, the owner was just stubborn to change it. But 2020 being 2020, like people had enough, and not only did the Washington football team become the Washington football team, but now the Cleveland baseball team, as I'm gonna call it, the Cleveland Redacted, I would say rather, they are gonna change their names as well. That one name that could come up for the for Cleveland in baseball could be the Spiders. I mean, Foolish Baseball is pushing for that name. Going back to post now. Snyder bought the team in 1999 but held on to the old name despite it being seen as a racist slur for decades. He grew up as a fan of the team, as he explained, and the nickname and colors and logo and fight song had been part of the team's identity since the 1930s. Football team replaced the nickname last year because the club had to use something. Washington football team was able to test the brand in real time and see if it stuck. Joe Favorito, a longtime sports marketing consultant and professor at Columbia, tells the Guardian in an email. And so far it has, coupled with a team on the rise and a changing image in DC. Now, if they stay with Washington football team, what does that mean they can't have a mascot as well? Going with the mascot thing, if you haven't watched Gridiron Heights, last season, like, Gridiron Heights had this thing with a mascot. I think that it was called Teamy the Team Monster or something like that. Anyways, go and watch last season. The last season Gridiron Heights had. It's Gridiron Heights is entertaining, and it has a lot of Easter eggs every now and then. Or in every episode, you're gonna find an Easter egg or something. Most clubs have a nickname, and all the pieces are just not part of their formal name. So it's not that crazy, and they have had a year of equity already in. Alright. And what a wild year it was. Because of COVID-19 protocols, Washington played before 3,000 fans at home all season. They played Tampa Bay in their first home playoff game in 5 years before no fans in January at FedEx Field. The days of we have to do things this way are really gone, Favorito says. While we can't throw all tradition away, what we have learned in the past year is the way things were always done doesn't hold water as much, especially with younger fans who think and act and engage differently. The real power in their brand is in the second name, it's in the first, Washington. That's the name that has global resonance. And by putting Washington forward, the nickname is a distant second in importance. There are professional sports franchises in North America without even a singular nickname, like Heat or Dream or Sky. Consider Major League Soccer, which has moved away in recent years from traditional nicknames to titles more commonly in Europe. Think Atlanta United, Inter Miami CF, and Nashville Nashville SC. And besides, Washington are not required to have a nickname, Rossman says. there are advantages to keeping the name as it is, but he also makes a critical point. If fans brought Washington, if fans bought Washington football team hoodies after owning the hoodies with the team's old name, why wouldn't they buy hoodies with a third name? As long as they are burgundy and gold. You know? Keeping the colors is a bit of a compromise. We're not going to forget our roots, but we recognize we need to move forward as a franchise, he says. Red Hawks or Red Tails, hat tip to the old nickname, has been mentioned as possible successors. Though Wright mentioned with some intrigue that a lot of younger fans prefer Warthogs, a literative with Washington and a play on the Hogs, the longtime nickname for the team's unglamorous but beloved offensive lineman. That's something I didn't know. It's the Warthog tied to a desire to exude strength and ferocity, Wright wrote. Does she or her parents think it's important that the historical reference to the Hogs offensive lineman is linked in the name? We want to get that second level of information and test it with other fans to move things forward. Alright. The analytics will be crucial, Rossner says. Also, without the slightest hint of sarcasm, it's a really complicated process. So this post was written by Dave Caldwell at The Guardian. Jose Martin Mendoza, how you doing? So, I was just reading a post from The Guardian about the Washington football team. So tell me, which name do you think the Washington football team, which nickname would you give Washington for the following season and beyond? Or if you were to change it, if not, would you keep would you keep Washington football team as a team name for the foreseeable future? Now that's a question I have for you right there. Alright, so this has been an interesting one. Alright, so I think I already saved. So I'm gonna end this stream right here. But before I go, I'm gonna see if there are people willing to play with me on Discord, play Park